malaria has become part of us, and we think that it is part of us, that there's nothing we can do about it. There is something we can do about it.
In a significant move aimed at strengthening Nigeria's public health response, the Senate has passed for third reading a bill seeking to establish the National Agency for Malaria Elimination. The proposed legislation, sponsored by Senator Ned Nwoko, is designed to create a dedicated institution responsible for coordinating nationwide efforts to prevent, control, and ultimately eradicate malaria, a disease that continues to claim thousands of lives and place a heavy burden on the country's healthcare system. Speaking with journalists shortly after the bill's passage, Senator Nwoko expressed confidence that malaria can be eliminated in Nigeria with the right political will, institutional support, and sustained intervention strategies. He described the bill as a transformative step toward reducing preventable deaths and improving public health outcomes across the country.
As I said from the beginning, it is achievable. It is something that should be done. I still know some families that have lost some loved ones in the last few weeks, last months, last few years. So it is not something that is not a story. It is the biggest killer. But the reason why we in Africa or in Nigeria don't seem to bother so much about finding solutions is because of our lifestyle, the African lifestyle, the Nigerian habit, as if, just as you said, my brother, malaria has become part of us. And we think that it is part of us, that there's nothing we can do about it. There is something we can do about it. Many years ago, I had a meeting with the United Nations, and a young man that spoke from Italy told me what they did many years before, during the Mussolini in the 30s, how they were able to eliminate malaria through waste management and through fumigation. These were two things they did, but they were coordinated across the entire country. And today, there are no more mosquitoes or malaria in Italy. It has happened in other countries, and I believe that with an agency that is focused over a period of 5 years, 10 years, we can achieve this. You saw what happened during COVID. You saw how the West came together and achieved what appeared at that point to be a hopeless situation. I bet you that if malaria or mosquitoes were prevalent in UK or America, by now they would have found solutions. They would have.
Also reacting to the development, Senate President Godswill Akpabio hailed the bill as a landmark legislative effort, noting that its passage reflects the Senate's commitment to addressing critical health challenges facing Nigerians.
Let me thank the chairman, members of this committee for doing a wonderful job. Malaria has been a major scourge that has claimed a lot of lives and led to impairments all over Nigeria and the equatorial region, West Africa as a whole. And I've always prayed that one day we'll find a permanent cure or a permanent vaccine for malaria elimination. Let us hope that setting up this national agency would lead to such an effort. And then we can finally say, yes, indeed, that we have gotten rid of malaria. So I thank you. I thank my distinguished colleagues for passing this expeditiously with what the Deputy Senate President will call the speed of light. So I thank you all and pray that this law and this agency will eventually lead to improvement of the health conditions of all Nigerians and Africans.
With Senate approval secured, the bill will now be transmitted to the House of Representatives for concurrence. If passed by the lower chamber, it will be forwarded to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for assent, bringing Nigeria one step closer to establishing a specialized agency dedicated to winning the fight against malaria.